Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this week's chapter. This week we're going to talk a little bit about fractions, just the addition and subtraction parts. We're going to talk a little bit about multiplication and division next week. But this week I want to talk a little bit about fractions, the addition and the subtraction methods. So here we go. Thank you for coming. So, just to start, this is the first formula we're going to learn today. If we have two divisions of different numbers and we want to add or subtract them, then what we would do is first we multiply the top first times the bottom second, and then we add or subtract depending on what we want to do, if it's addition or subtraction. The first bottom times the second top, and then we divide everything into the two bottom numbers. We're gonna do a couple examples here. So as a first example, we're going to just say that we're going to divide 3 divided in 4 plus 1 divided in 2. According to our formula, this would be the procedure. It doesn't matter if we say A times D or D times A. It doesn't matter if we say B times C or C times B. And it doesn't matter if we say B times D or D times B. That's what we're trying to say in this formula, and here we're applying this formula. After that, we just know that 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and then we just make the addition, and we have our result. Now, it's always better to talk in terms of simplified fractions, reduced fractions, or equivalent fractions, which is the same. So 10 divided into 8, we can always do a reduction in 2, and the reason why we can do that is because both numbers, up and down, they are even numbers. So if they are even, both, then we can do 2 times something and 2 times something. In this case, it's 2 times 5 and 2 times 4. And every time we divide one number into that same number, that's 1. That's going to be 1 forever. So, as an equivalent fraction, 10 divided into 8 is the same as saying 5 divided into 4. As another example, we're gonna subtract these two fractions, 7 divided into 8 minus 1 divided into 2. We're gonna apply the same formula, but this time we're not adding, we're subtracting, right? And then we just do the math. 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 1 is 8, and then everything we're gonna divide it into 8 times 2, which is 16. So the result is 6 divided in 16. Both are even, so both can be multiplied by times 2, divided times 2. So every time we do a number divided into that same number, it's going to be 1. In this case, 2 divided into 2 is going to be 1. So 6 divided into 16 is an equivalent fraction of 3 divided into 8. And one last thing I want to show you guys is that if we have the same number in both fractions, then our formula changes. This would be our formula, and here we have some examples of how to apply, how to use this formula. So 3 divided into 4 plus 2 divided into 4 is going to be 3 plus 2 divided into 4. And that's going to be equal to 5 divided into 4. Same thing with the second example and the third example. So, well, thank you very much for taking the time and watching Nick the Geek. I really hope you've liked this video. If you like it, please hit subscribe. And if you have any questions, just comment the video and I will get back to you. So thank you very much for joining Nick the Geek, and see you in next week's chapter. So take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.